Hello, I'm Colleen Pearl the Cool Crone, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video will be the January Tarotscope for the sign of Sagittarius. Alright, Sagittarius, this is your Tarotscope reading for January. This is week 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 2 oracle cards for you that I'm going to read after I get done with the tarot cards, so let's get started. The first card up is the Page of Pentacles, and this is a very different deck than most, but he is shown as a skeleton holding up a bowl of coins. So this is a young page person. This is a younger person. This is maybe somebody that's working with you, or you may think of yourself as very young, and if so, you may not have the experience to actually do the job that you're attempting to do. I'm going to say that this is somebody near you that is perhaps in line to be mentored by you, or somebody young that you're hiring who doesn't quite have enough experience for the job but that you're willing to teach. So this is a person who will be loyal, steadfast, a little slow at first, but they will catch on and they will reward you with their loyalty. The second card for the first week in January is the Star, meaning that whatever you're starting right now, you're going to be the center of attention and the star in that project. So make sure that you choose wisely. Choose something that can really show you off to your best advantage, and then go for it. Enjoy the spotlight, enjoy the accolades. Then we end that first week with the Three of Swords, which is usually kind of a downer card. So let me read what is in the little guidebook, because it's really quite a good little quip about the Three of Swords. I tell you this in all good faith, be aware of all around you and trust in the goodness that makes you unique. Listen to your inner voice more clearly. Very interesting, a very different take on the Three of Swords than what you usually hear. The second week starts out with the Sun card, meaning that you're going to have success and victory of some kind. You could be starting out yet another project, or you could be welcoming somebody new into your circle, a new relationship, a new baby, a new child coming to stay with you. Something is going to put, a spring in your step and make you feel really, really happy at the second week of January. And then we have the Eight of Swords, and this is also a little different than it is in traditional Rider-Waite decks. The Eight of Swords here also has a really interesting little quote to it that I'm going to read, because it's so different from what you usually hear with the Rider-Waite deck explanations. As if caught in a circle of light, we don't know which step to take, for darkness is all around. I won't let you stumble, but it is your actions alone that can take you forward. That is a really good thing to say, even if you're reading the Rider-Waite or Coleman Smith traditional pictures on the tarot cards, but I just thought that was really interesting for this Eight of Swords card in the second week of January. And then we come to the Justice card at the end of the second week of January. And this also coincides with when Mercury is going to go retrograde. La Justice will come. So if you've been playing dirty, then you're going to get called on the carpet. If you've been doing great, just behind the scenes, not taking any credit for anything, all of a sudden you're going to get credit for a job well done and what's going on. If you're actually waiting for a decision on a court case, same thing. If you're on the up and up, then justice will prevail. If you're on the down low and not doing the right thing, justice will prevail. So that's what's going to be happening that second week in January when Mercury goes retrograde. The third week in January starts out with the Death card. So something in your world is changing dramatically. You cannot avoid it. It is going to happen. And I wouldn't worry about it. It doesn't necessarily mean a physical death. Usually the Death card means that some project, some cycle, some chapter in your life is coming to an end. And this is followed up by the Hierophant, which is usually a very comforting card. It's the person who takes care of everybody, who makes the rules, who makes sure that the organization still keeps going on and going on and going on. So I think that with the Hierophant, you're going to find that things have been protected and they've been all right. So even if you have this big transformation from the Death card, you're still going to feel like your life can support you in a meaningful way. You may find, though, that your life in general does change because of the Death card, because of the transformation. And then we have the Knave of Cups, which is the Page of Cups. And in this deck, of course, it looks very, very different. And what I'd like to say about this card is that probably something new and surprising is going to be revealed. And I'm just going to take a quick peek at their little notebook and see, their guidebook rather, and see what is listed for this card. She offers you the chance to taste and share the wondrous delights of a new beginning. Renew the trust that your heart once held. So since this week is starting out with death, something's ending, but something new is beginning, and you should take advantage of that. And then we have the Four of Cups at the top of the last week of January. And the Four of Cups is going to remind you that you're not going to love everything that's offered to you. You're not, and you don't have to say yes to everything that's offered to you. You do need to use discernment. Now let's just take a look at the little blip from the guidebook, because it is so different from what we usually hear. My apathy overflows as I lie and wait within this darkness. These centuries have only aided me to focus on events that are but shadows and dust. Wow. So I guess it's telling you to hold out, to wait, because what's coming could be better than what you've been thinking about. And then we have the Ten of Pentacles, and I'm going to read the little thing from the guidebook because they're so interesting. But Ten of Pentacles is the legacy card, and this usually speaks about somebody's fortune being made or being lost. And in this case, it's upright, so I think it's being made. And so you will want to figure out how to invest that legacy, or to protect it or secure it in some way. And that's really important. And it ends with the Two of Swords, which of course is a card about making a decision. So let's just peek into the guidebook and see what they say about the Ten of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. The Ten of Pentacles, this one is saying, in this dark sepulchre I sit and gloat at all my worldly goods laid along my once supple carapace, and here I shall stay in the permanence of my tomb, happy and content at the knowledge that they once thought me grand. That sounds more like the Death card than the Death card. So that's really weird, but that's what they say about the Ten of Pentacles. And then we have the Two of Swords. How can you say those things you say? From the beginning I gave you my heart, and now you do this to me. I shall not yield. Now, that's a very interesting way to end the month, Sagittarius. So I guess that you're looking at making a choice about whether to keep someone or not in your life. So there is a choice there, but it's just different than what you thought. So I hope that was interesting, Sagittarius. I hope you liked that. Like I said, these are brand new cards for me, and they're very, very striking. I love the artwork on them. They're just so different, and yet they still go along with the Rider-Waite structure. So I just thought they were really amazing cards to go with. So the Oracle card, the first one that I pulled for you is Freya, Phases and Cycles. And let's see what they say about Freya. Her extended message is, a phase of your life may be coming to an end, which is true. We got the Death card. But it's important to acknowledge it's not the end. When one door closes, another opens. You may have been desperate for change, but now that it's here, you could feel vulnerable. Know that the mighty goddess Freya will guide you. Illusions are now being revealed so that you can leave anything behind that is false. Step into your peaceful, warrior-like energy and welcome the changes you deserve. Tie up all loose ends and take heart. This is an exciting time. So that's very, very true. And Freya goes along very, very well with the other cards in this reading. And then from the Starcode's Astro Oracle, we have Mars. I believe Mars is still in Sagittarius. So this would be, if you're a Sag rising, it's in your first house. If you're a sun or a moon, then Mars is going to be right along with that sun or that moon. And let's hear what the Astro cards have to say about the Mars card. Mars urges you to action, any action, but this can get you into trouble, and it sure can, Sagittarius. You do want to think before you just jump into things. Jump into motion, but stay in the driver's seat and think through the consequences of your move. Mars is raw energy, and like the motor of a fine sports car, it can take you far if you add wisdom and guidance. Mars wants you to develop your strength and bravery, so work out and develop muscles or rescue the proverbial underdog. Boldly go where you have not gone before and passionately dive into life. Mars loans you the competitive edge to obtain a fiercely desired goal and teaches that for your yes to truly mean yes, your no needs to be respected. That is so important. Know what you want and don't want, and be aware of those desires in the people around you. Learn to fight and fight fairly. Stand your ground with grace and compete against your own personal best. If you're in a difficult situation, it could take real strength and willpower to transform or escape. You may need to dig in your heels so you're not pushed around, or pull out your sword to draw a clear line in the sand. Do what needs to be done. Just make sure it's the right thing. Well, I do think that those are good cards for you, Sagittarius. I think they go together quite nicely and have a nice framing of the whole month. So thank you for watching this video. I love making these videos, and I really enjoy when you guys make comments or ask me questions in the comments. That's just great. I mean, that first of all, it lets me know that you're out there and actually watching the videos, and second of all, I just enjoy engaging with all of you so much. So thank you to all my subscribers. Thank you, Sagittarius, for watching this video. Have a great January. Have a happy new year 2022, and I will see you next time.